There are only two types of people in this world. People that function according to belief and people that function according to faith. So what is belief and what is faith then? Having belief is simply trusting in the seen and the known. They are the typical group of people like the engineers, the doctors, the lawyers. So they are very well versed in their field of study, and simply because they believe in the textbooks that whatever that they are studying is right. And of course, with work experience, further reassures them that whatever they are doing is right. Okay? So it's very hard for you to convince them otherwise. There are another group of people that are in the spiritual world or in the religions, okay, that is simply operating from faith. You ask them whether it's their God, you ask them whether they've experienced God or whether have they seen God. That's besides the point. They will just tell you, yes, there is. That is simply having faith, trusting in the unseen and the unknown. Now, which is more difficult, having belief or having faith? Now, that would lead me back to the point that you are sharing over here. You mentioned that you tried everything in the videos that I've mentioned yesterday, but you're still trying to get funds for your investment. Okay? So trying in itself is still a block, right? Because you haven't actually done it. So it is a block in itself. If there is a block that is stopping you or keeping you stuck in your current circumstances, that means there's a block here. Now let's clear that block, will we? Okay? So what is that block? Trying of getting that funds. Let's say right now, figuratively, okay, we say that Bitcoin has surpassed its highest ATH. Ethereum has already went past its highest ATH, okay, and all the other coins as well. Will you still be investing? Probably not, because you've already missed out the golden zone, right? Hence what I'm saying, the thing is we think that we have time. We think we have time. And we think, okay, we're gonna miss out this opportunity. It's okay, we can always get another opportunity in the future. Hence why we keep missing out our manifestations. Do you get my point here? You see, do you get my point here? Now we need to remember how we get that money is dependent, very heavily dependent on the perceived value we are gonna receive. Okay? I give you a very simple illustration here. If this thing is truly important to you, so important for you, you will find a means around it nonetheless. Okay? Let's say, I always use this simple example for my clients. Okay? Right now, if you have a pet cockroach that you love so dearly, okay, and one day when you're out at work, your pet cockroach got kidnapped. Okay? This pet cockroach, you receive a call asking for ransom, saying that, look, I've got your pet cockroach right now. If you don't, within 24 hours, transfer me $20,000, I'm gonna kill your pet cockroach. Now, upon receiving this call, what would you feel? What would you be thinking right now? Where am I gonna get that $20,000? But because that pet cockroach is something so dear to you that you have to have your pet cockroach back, the perceived sense of value is so high that missing that sense of value is gonna kill you, is gonna dramatically make your life so miserable. You will find a means around it. Whether you're gonna steal, lie, or cheat, or whatever, really all boils down to your own moral standpoints and your own etiquettes, isn't it? Right? But right now, we need to understand, if it's something truly important to you, you will do it nonetheless. I give you another example here. Say, a lot of people buy houses, right? They buy and they live in their house. They know that they're gonna go into a potentially large figure or a mortgage, right? So they invest 20 to 30,000 in for the down payment of the house. And then they pay off within like 25 or 30 years of the bank mortgage that they're gonna take up, right? And if they live in it, it's gonna be a liability rather than an asset, right? So it is a liability, but why do people still willing to actually put in that money and actually live in a house rather than renting? There's nothing wrong with renting, it's just that you're paying somebody's mortgage off, isn't it? But why do people find that it is a perceived value that is higher than renting? Because you have your own home and you're convinced, and people can make meanings magically. You know, even a single sentence can be interpreted in different meanings. Because why? The mind is a very powerful meaning-making machine, and all this meaning is extracted based upon different people's experience and how they view the world, their worldview and their self-view. Make sense? So we need to realize that if it's something truly important to you, you will find a means around it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to lie or cheat or steal. Okay, another simple example. I used to work with some drug addicts. Okay, and do you know that drug addicts, right? They're not working. Most of them are not working. But did you know, because of their expensive habits of trying to take drugs or smoke or whatever, right? They need to fork out 20, sometimes 20,000 a month. That much amount of money, or maybe around at least minimum $2,000 a week. A drug addict not working, they need to manifest $2,000 a week. How do they get that money? I don't want to know, okay? But all I'm saying is they are able to manifest $2,000 a week to feed their expensive habit. Do you get my point right now? If it's something truly important to you, you will find means around it, okay? Not really asking you to do anything immoral, and it really boils down to your own moral standpoints ultimately. But here, I'm trying to say here is, don't get stuck. If you're getting stuck, something must be wrong. And how can you take small action steps for you to get that money? Okay? If right now, I was to ask you or rephrase this question again. Let's say you knowing that if you put in this amount of investment, your investment is gonna 10x, 100x in return. Would you still slowly wait? No, right? You probably would jump right in and put in, because you know for certain that this will give you 10x to 100x return. Your perspective has shifted. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's all what I'm saying here. Simply, a lot of people, they are not convinced with coaching, they're not convinced with hiring or investing in themselves, working in personal development, because they don't see the tangible side. They are only seeing the intangible. Oh, I'm just going to become much more wiser, I'm just going to become more organized, I'm becoming more confident. They don't see the tangible part. But what if I was to promise you the tangible aspects? By going into coaching, you're going to be able to break free from any of these limiting beliefs, any of these fears, any conflict values, any of these traumas, all this subconscious aspect that is deep down in the bottom of the iceberg, so that you can effortlessly move on without any resistance, so that you do not miss out your opportunities in life, so that you get your 10x, 100x return without waiting and keeping yourself stuck. Now that's the point that you need to remember. It's not about getting yourself trying and getting stuck. It's about moving forward and still not having any resistance in your life. Now that's what I'm saying. Hope this video makes sense for you. Much love and blessings to you.